Hey horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G, and today I'm going to do a TV recap of last night's premiere episode of The Purge. Ha ha ha! Did you purge last night, my horror fans? I know I did. Now, just a fair warning with all my TV recaps, they will contain spoilers, so if you did not see last night's episode of The Purge, please stop the video, go ahead and watch it, and come back and watch the video. Alright, you've been warned. Now, the first episode, nothing really did happen. I didn't expect anything to happen. It is the premiere episode. It was basically introduction to some of the main characters that we're probably going to follow with this 10 episode. Basically, it starts, obviously, the Purge. I believe it's within about an hour before the Purge start, and we see several characters getting themselves together. Most people are trying to buckle down and prepare themselves for the safe zone, or people are getting ready to purge themselves. We see Miguel, who is a Marine, and he's looking for his sister Penelope. Now, unknown to Miguel, who's been away, his sister Penelope has joined this weird-ass cult. In the beginning, we see them taking them showers, and they're putting on these real, I think, light purple or light blue robes. And this lead woman is telling them they're about to release their bodies of their suffering, and they're going to finally visit the invisible. Some weird shit. It's funny. So when Miguel goes to the rehab center that he believes his sister is in, she hasn't been there in a few while. Supposedly left with some dude named Henry. He goes and chases down Henry to this dilapidated building with some of Henry's drugged out friends. He kicks their ass before the purge starts, and he eventually gets to the building where his sister was staying at, and of course they're not there. They're already going to the designated place. Basically, as we see throughout this particular storyline, he finds out that this is a cult where they are not going to purge. They're going to be purged themselves. They're allowing themselves to be purged upon the people, meaning that they're going to get their, they're going to die. That's basically what it is. As we've seen at the final episode, the final scene of this particular part of the storyline, this dude comes out, and these people just really just whack him with axes. I mean, it was a very brutal scene at the end. Oh, God. So that's basically what we have for this particular storyline. Now, keep in mind that their parents were killed on Purge Night, I believe was a year before. And that's pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure when we get more of their backstory, we're going to find out what led her to decide to join this cult. Next, we have financial extraordinaire. I think her name is Jane. I don't get a last name for Jane yet. She, after visiting some sick kid in the hospital, she gets ready to go to work. They're working on Purge Night, being that they have overseas markets because this only happens in the United States. We don't know what other countries are doing, but she's working on Purge Night, and the people that, the building is only guaranteeing their safety on a certain floor. Now, throughout the night, she gets this weird phone call, and she goes outside of the secure building and meets up with a stranger. And it turns out she's paying somebody to be whacked on Purge Night. It's interesting. We don't know who this person is or what is motivating her, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get more of her backstory, and that's what we have with Jane. The last characters that this episode focuses on is Rick and his wife Jenna, and I think they're the most interesting of this bunch of characters that we have. They're a married couple who are attending this party being thrown for, I think the guy's name is Stanton. Now keep in mind, they're not for the new Founding Fathers of America or the NFFA. But they want to be able to close this business deal with the Statins, meaning that if they close this business deal, I think it's for low property housing, I think that's what it was, they could be set for life, meaning that they can be up to the top level of the food chain. And throughout the time that they're going through this ballroom, we see flashbacks of a third female, and they're all sleeping together. Now, throughout the episode, we do see them talking about this unknown female. I forget the person's name. I don't know if they mentioned her name or not. I looked at it twice, and I just didn't catch her name. But they do eventually do see her right before the purge starts, and they're shocked to see her there. So it's going to be interesting to see their backstory. Now, also that she wants to have a child, and I think that she also has issues with herself because she's looking for painkillers. She gets real nice with one of the maids there after being one of the maids gets ripped to a tirade by Mrs. Stanton. And I believe it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with this couple. I think they're the interesting bunch, and I can't wait to see what their so-called third party is going to be. And another interesting thing I love about this episode, especially at the party, right before the purge begin, they wear these masks on, and they're actually the masks of serial killers. Yes, serial killers. Yes, Mrs. Stanton actually praises them, saying that they were the true heroes because they actually went on ahead and purged before it became legal. Now we're talking about Charles Manson and his family. We're talking about, I think I saw Ed Gein's mask. Definitely saw Jeffrey Dahmer's mask. I think I saw Ted Bundy's mask. Yeah, almost every known serial killer that we've known throughout the country, they had masks on. So I actually thought it was a nice analogy of referring serial killers as heroes. Now, there were some nice conversations, especially, again, like I said, I think the couple, Rick and Jenna, are my favorite characters in the show so far. They had this interesting conversation with the driver that's driving them to the party, and they tell them that they're not with the NFFA. But he said, well, why are you going to the party then? Just like the maid tells Jenna, well, if you're not with the NFFA, why the hell are you here? Again, we're talking about trying to close this business deal. And I like how the cabbie says, and again, you get the analogy, even with the title of the episode, What is America? This is what America's going to come to, where the reason for the purge is to eliminate the poor-stricken, the low incomes, the uneducated, so that the wealthy and the well-to-dos can prosper. And that's a kind of a weird. It's kind of the analogy that we got with the films. So, like I said, not much happened in this episode. It was basically an introductory episode. There was no exposition that was needed because we all know what the purge is about. And I expected that's what this episode was going to be. Nothing really is going to happen. We get introduced to the characters. Like we said, we have Miguel and Penelope. We have, like I said, we have Miguel and Penelope. We can't wait to see their backstory as far as, how she hooked up with this cult. We have Jen, the financial wizard and financial person. There was also talk about a VP position that she has, or they're trying to go for, and I think that will come into the play. Could be the reason why she's hiring a purge assassin to whack somebody. So, my horror fans, what did you think about this first episode of The Purge? Did you really expected some more hard-hitting action? Or were you fine with the introductory part and introduction of your characters? Do you think it just fell flat on your face? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the first episode of The Purge. That's my video for today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel a lot. And once again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell, and that way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, rules. See you guys later.